Hey guys, it's RCG Productions back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit while I'm playing some Planet Coaster here. I haven't done one of these time lapses in forever nowadays, so I'm going back to this a little bit and see if I even like doing this. It takes a long time to get this through, as opposed to just throwing it onto YouTube from, let's say, a stream. But anyway, so I originally actually started making this building before, but the quality of the clip before was actually a little too uh, it was frame skipping a lot, so I couldn't work with it much, so I had to up the quality of it. So this is a little more completed, the building, as I'm starting here. uh, I'm very basic when it comes to buildings. I'm not too crazy with detailing, but I like to add a little bit of like stuff around it, uh, like wood and some windows with some like other types of details and like lights. But other than that, I'm not really too crazy with buildings. Foliage is where I kind of excel at with like terrain. I feel like I excel more with that. I'll be getting more into that later in the time lapse here. I've never done this style of time lapse before, so I'm gonna get these first couple of them I'm gonna be doing are a little. They're gonna be a little funky, so bear with me on that for a little bit. But I'll get more used to it if I actually even like doing this. I might not even do this that often. In all honesty, I'm not really a huge fan of time lapses anymore, but that's the besides the point. Anyway, so yeah, I like to add a little smoke in the chimneys. If I have a chimney, I put like a little smoke there uh, because it just adds a nice little ambient effect to it. It gives it like a good feeling around it, like more welcoming, if you know what I mean. Like I've done that before over at Storm Chaser area, uh, and I'm just back over here doing some more foliage work around the beach, and I like putting palm trees down in the sandy area with some like little ferns going in there and around the palm trees. I don't really go too far back with the palm trees. I know palm trees can actually they can grow more on the grass too, but I usually just like to put them on the sand. That's kind of like the stereotype that like those trees get, so I put them there. And I put them meant to stand down too, with kind of angling it right. The one thing about Planet Coaster that's a little strange is like the angling. Like sometimes I get that a little off. I'm just ever so slightly off. So like after like placing something for like the 10th time, it doesn't like line up properly. It's always like that small angle off that you just can never get right. That's kind of how I am with this. Um, this is one building I'm not really too fond of. It's basic again, but it's not like super basic, as in it's just bad. It's just kind of generically like a rectangle with a gable roof on it. It's not really anything too crazy, and I don't know. I might change it up a bit. I might add some more like detailing to the sides and the back, especially because the RMC will be you'll be passing by there, so you will be able to see that in the backside. And I would like to put maybe more detail over there. That isn't just rocks and foliage. Maybe some other type of objects that I can add there. And the front of it, I'm actually putting like some. I'm actually adding more detail. I might go back and do that to the other building as well. Add some like wooden beams from a transition of brick to the lime plaster, and I might change the windows yet again to have some covers. And I like adding those lampposts in front of those buildings. They might not be like the most like realistic thing to put in front of the buildings. They might be like might put more like modern lights to fit the style better. But I don't know. This game's weird with the lights. Again, it's just like some wall lights. They're a little funky. Some of them. They don't provide enough light, if that makes any sense. Some of them are just really just used as props, while others are actually like park lamps. In this case, those are actually like lamps. They're decently bright. They're not like actual like park lamps, but they're more like just wall lamps that you just kind of put there. You put like a dozen of them down. I put them on the bridge as well, which I'm not so sure I filmed this episode. I tried making that earlier, but the bridge, I tried making a time lapse of that, and that didn't capture very well, so I just had to like deal with it and move on. So in reality, this was a lot more barren, this area, before, but again, I just couldn't get the footage right, and I had to just live with it. And I put maybe about 2.5 hours of work that I just did not feel like undoing, so I did not. Uh, I didn't. I decided not to just roll it back. I decided just to keep it because I did like the bridge. I just need to do a little more work with it. That bridge will go across into another section, which I might never even get to if I'm honest, but I just want to complete this island first before I even move on to another area, and that's just how I roll. Like I just want to finish this RMC next, then I want to finish the middle section, then the whole island is kind of done. Then I can move on to do something else. Anyway, so yeah, I tried putting like maybe like some dirt path around there. It didn't work so well, so then I decided to put some of these shrubs down with other another one of these trees. This game has some very nice looking foliage in my opinion, and I love it to death. It's very nice, uh, and the way you can make like you can kind of sink into the ground a bit to make your own artificial bushes and or have like some type of grass effect kind of with these. I think they're called scavolias. I'm not so sure what they're called in honesty. Um, it starts with an S. I just can't think of the name off the top of my head. But those things are very nice. You sink them into the ground a little bit, and they uh, they act as very nice like kind of grass. But then again, if you add too many, it's just gonna nuke the frame rate, which is something I have a very big tendency to do is just nuke my frame rate by having all this stuff. And I changed the color to accommodate a little bit more, make it a little more of a bright green, and add some flowers here to just kind of make the area look a little more welcoming with like some bushes and some flowers. I might add some more colors of flowers later on. I'm that type of person that would just place the object down and then kind of go back and recolor it later to kind of accommodate more. And that was just me taking a screenshot real quick. So anyway, so now I do back over here, and terraforming is my favorite thing to do in this game actually. In all honesty, I like doing the terraforming in this game a lot. It's very intuitive and very nice, and it very smooth and just realistic. You can get a very nice hill like this like in a matter of like maybe a minute. It's very quick and easy, and I actually honestly prefer it over nodes too, which is surprising. But anywho, so yeah, I do a lot of texture work. I like to put leaves with some rocks and dirt around, and I start placing the foliage down. Again, I don't place it terribly dense over here. I kind of just leave a lot of it exposed so you can kind of see it. Again, I will go back and probably put some more rocks down into the cliff areas that are like kind of along there. You can kind of see like a bit of like a hollowed out section that could use something. And I'm placing more of those bushes that I also love and would love to just nuke my frame rate yet again. This overall RMC is a very interesting one. I'm not really good at making RMCs. I've only ever made one, and that was for that comparison video of the RMC. And I've never made one in Planet Coaster before. I've never actually ridden one either, so I don't know how they're like with like how much they kick you around. So there's that as well. I just don't know how. I don't know how well RMCs like are. Like I never ridden one, so I'm just going off like what I've seen, honestly, and that's just the best I'm gonna get for a while at least. Anyway, so yeah, I placed some more foliage over there, and I started to texture that area because I noticed it looked a little bare. If that makes any sense, like there's just too much grass there, too much greenery, so I decided to dull it up with some brown and some leaf textures with some more rocks on the side too. I do place some more rocks around the area afterwards, which is kind of neat, and it's very. This is a very well done area. I think it just could use a little bit more polish, and I think it could be pretty good so far. And I put some more flowers here. Again, I'm gonna go back and color those later, probably off camera. In all honesty, it's just a little minute thing that I could just do myself before I even do anything. And that kind of seems to be wrapping it up, I guess. As I'm wrapping this area up, I just kind of finish it all up, and that'll kind of be it for today, actually. So just let me know what you guys think of this time lapse, and let me know if you want to see more of it, and I hope you enjoyed and have a good day.